morning, everyone. Did I unmute that? Just double check. You never know. It's always one thing or another. It is unmuted. So, hello, everyone. I don't have my phone out yet to look and see if you have any questions. So I'm going to pull that out, pull up Facebook quickly if I can, and see what we have going on here. Posts. How do I get to posts? How you doing, Joseph?
Doing fine.
Yeah?
Glad to be out and about finally.
Out of quarantine?
Yes.
Did you know that there's a difference between quarantine and isolation?
Not surprised.
Yeah. Well, I was sort of using them interchangeably and probably should not have been. But so quarantine is when you're stuck in your house, right?
Yeah.
You're off by but with everybody else that lives in your household.
Oh,
And then isolation is where you're self-isolating.
Yeah.
So we only needed to quarantine and not self-isolate. I was looking through the things again. So anyway, there you go. There you have it. We only needed to quarantine. Although we were doing a lot of self-isolation, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that we did it perfectly, but we did quite a bit of self-isolation.
Sufficient levels.
Yes. And we're both negative, so that's all that matters. Right?
Yes.
Okay,
Amen.
very good. He even said amen. Wow. Can I get an amen, brother? And he said amen. So, Mark is off at his home parish, right? Doing something with Father Jerry Burns for Habitat for Humanity. They had some kind of meeting or something. I don't know what it was, but
he's helping put up a wall.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
Constructing and putting it up.
Yeah, so. Good. We started doing that when I was the dean down in Tacoma years ago. Yeah, we built a house for Habitat for Humanity down there. But anyway, I think we called it the Pope Francis House. Pope Francis House of Mercy or something like that. Anyway, so, hello, are you guys ready to come back to the church this weekend for Mass? I hope so.
At long last.
At long last, yeah. We were supposed to do this 2 weekends ago. It was going to be the first weekend in the church, but then I had to quarantine. I guess, and technically, they told me I didn't have to quarantine, but it would be on the safer side to do so because I had that close contact with someone in particular. So just wanted to make sure that all of you were safe from me, any virus that I may have had. So I'm glad that it was negative and now we can move forward. And things are starting to pick up again. The offices are getting done.
They're coming along.
Yeah, so shout out to Kevin, who painted the offices for us. And he had some help in there too. Colleen Clancy's son also was in there helping. And so they painted the offices. That got done. And now then we had to have the offices abated. So there was asbestos in the floor. And so we're getting new carpet put in. You can check the before and after pictures, I think, on Facebook. There are before pictures, and then after the painting happened pictures, and then we don't have any after the carpeting happened pictures because that's not quite done. It's actually happening right now in the parish offices. So this last week, the offices were kind of closed up, and it's been pretty tough for us just not being able to get into the office really for the time that I was quarantined, and then and then now with the carpet, the abatement happening, and then they cut a pipe in there, water pipe, so there's water damage, and then now the carpet is getting done. So there's a lot that's happening there, but we should be back into the main part of our offices beginning on Monday, so that's exciting. Putting those back together also now this weekend, which Joseph and Mark have been a huge help with. Also moving furniture around. Joseph's going to flex for us later. He's just gonna, right?
And no scratches on the walls either, on the newly, freshly painted
Oh,
walls.
good job. Good work.
Yeah.
Yeah. We couldn't do that with the altar, right? We were
Yeah.
so in the school when we had mass outside in the school parking lot, and we would take things into the school after every mass and bring it back out. In particular, the altar was a difficult thing because it's very heavy. Not the big altar from the church, but the smaller one from the chapel. But it barely fit through the door. And so we kind of had this ongoing thing about playing a game of Operation. You remember Operation when we were kids? You have the little doctor there on the board, and anytime you touch the side, it buzzes at you. And I think it buzzed at us more often than not, that's for sure.
Your site was mine too.
Oh!
Just saying.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so I think I only made it through once without touching the sides, maybe twice. And I know you and Mark said that the last time that you guys made it through without touching also, so that's good. They had lots of practice. The last time they were able to make it without touching, so that's exciting. Other things have shifted also, and I think that we've announced that. Hopefully people know that already. The line for confession has definitely been there, except for this morning. It's so interesting. Friday morning seems to be always the longer line for confessions than Saturday morning. I would think that more people are off work on Saturday morning, but maybe people don't want to wake up on Saturday morning. I don't know. I had one person in line for confession this morning and like 10 yesterday, and I didn't even get through them all before I had to start Mass. So confession times have shifted back, and I've begun just to publish them also, asking people obviously to maintain social distance, or cleaning and those things also in the confessional. But 7:45 to 8:15, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday morning, 5 days a week. And then Tuesday's the only day, I guess, and Sunday morning is the time that I don't do that. And then Saturday afternoon, at least for this Saturday, it's going to be from 2:30 until 4. So an hour and a half, which we did an hour and a half before, but it was always 3 until 4:30. The problem is that people kept me in confession too long. So, and people would get upset if they didn't get their confession heard. And I'm like, I've got to go celebrate Mass for a couple hundred people. So, so I'm stopping confessions at 4 p.m., not 4:15, not 4:30. At 4 p.m. I need to get ready. It gives me that time to focus in on the Mass, be prepared spiritually for the Mass, but also to get the servers ready. And there's more to get ready right now, especially during all of these requirements that we have, and to touch base with the sacristan and the readers and all of those things. So 2:30 to 4 are confession times. So I don't know if people have asked questions on here. I haven't looked at my phone yet, and my phone doesn't want to reload for me for some reason. So it doesn't look like there are questions that are on there. Hi to the number of you who are watching. Hope you guys are doing well. And if you have questions, you can ask them. And if you watch this later, if you're not watching this live and you have questions, you can also type your questions in the comments section underneath the video, and then I'll do the best that I can to get back to those also. So if you have questions about whatever it might be, that's what the coffee and donut session is meant to be about. I have my coffee. Joseph has his donuts, and he's eating his donut already. Why are you taking the donuts away from me?
I mean, you never get around to eating them anyway.
That's true, yeah. It's hard to eat a donut while you're talking.
Yeah.
My mom always taught me that I shouldn't eat with my mouth full. Right? I shouldn't talk with my mouth full. That's what it is. I guess I have to eat with the mouth full. Anyway, okay. So masses this weekend also, normal mass times. So 5 p.m. And then 8:10 and noon. We have the sign-ups on Calendly, so you can sign up there. And we have enough rooms so that, you know, if there are parishes around that are not still having Mass for some reason, one reason or another, we'd probably get you in also, right? So But please sign up, especially if you're going to do that. Please sign up on Calendly. But also, you can come and register at the door. And technically speaking, you don't have to register.
Yeah.
The Archdiocese has told us that we can't demand that people do that, but it's also for us to be able to contact you if we're told that we need to do that. So, Dale asked if he should get rubber donuts the next time to use as a prop, since I don't tend to eat them. No, because Joseph eats them, and how could he couldn't tear a chunk out of a rubber donut.
Yeah.
And we get to eat them later, probably anyway, so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this way we can share with Mark also, because there's 4 donuts in there. Thank you, Dale, for picking those up earlier, and for picking up coffee for me earlier also, and for making coffee for us also in the kitchen. So that's it for masses. I hope people know the routine already, but we are going to have, this is some new stuff, so we are going to have 2 tables at the main entrance of the church. And people are supposed to, you'll see arrows that you go in one side, you come out the other side, right? So we tried to talk about that last week in the coffee and donuts session. Maybe that was the weekend. No, it was last week. But I mean, not everybody's been following that, so we need to go in one side, out the other side, right? So come in on the far side of the building from where we are now through the main entrance. That's sort of the entrance side of the church, and there will be 2 tables at the front entrance and 1 at the very back of the church. Also, a table where you can check in, also back there. And then you leave on this side of the building. So not through the main entrance where you go out the doors, but you go out where I usually greet people after Mass. You go out through those doors, or the doors that go out the back or the side. You can go out those doors also. So just try not to have people crossing paths there so that we keep that social distance. Right?
Amen.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I don't even think that one deserved an amen. Okay. Let's see. I've heard people say it's okay to eat meat on Fridays. Your thoughts? Hi, Amira. She's waving. That wasn't who asked the question, but Amira waved at us. The church actually still talks about not eating meat on Fridays, so we're not supposed to eat meat on Fridays. So the bishops have tried to re-emphasize that, but people have sort of not listened as well as we could have. So we're still not, even if it's not in Lent, we're not supposed to eat meat on Fridays unless it's a solemnity or something like that. But and if we do eat meat on Friday, then we should make some other sacrifice, which is what it always was. That's actually what the bishops always said, was that we're not supposed to eat meat on Fridays unless, if you do, then you should make some other sacrifice that helps you to remember that Friday is the day that the Lord died for us. That's the day of the Passion. So, we're still not supposed to eat meat on Fridays. That's not even just my thoughts. That's actually the church's teaching there. So, very good. Donuts, not donates. What did I write? Oh, he wrote donates. Well, you donated the donuts, so there you go, right? Did he donate the donuts?
He did.
Unless he's going to ask me for the money for them. I'll give you $2 later, Dale. That's an inside joke between Dale and I. Okay. What else? How's life going?
Life is going fine. I come out of quarantine and realize, oh man, I only have like 2.5 weeks left at this parish. So like, where did things go? So I'm here through the end of July. I'm thinking about staying until August 2nd, so that Sunday will be my last day that I'll take off, maybe that night or the next day. We'll see about that.
Then you get to meet Father Cerrone.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so Father Cerrone is going to come back on August 1st and August 2nd. He's a retired military chaplain who fills in for me sometimes. he used to help me out in Tacoma, and now he helps me out here also. So I'm super grateful for that. And he's going to come and substitute for me for one weekend, and I'm going to get away. So I'll be actually get away for vacation, as long as I shouldn't say I'll actually get away for vacation, because who knows what will happen between now and then. But that's the plan, is the week before that and the week after that to actually get away for vacation. I was supposed to be away for 4 days of vacation. I got away for 2 of those days. When I was on quarantine, I went up backpacking in the mountains and actually ran into parishioners. So, but which was great. It was great to have a conversation with them, and ran into 3 different families, but 2 brothers, have their own families. So, other than that, you got to, after quarantine, what did you do?
Well, Father told me to get out of here.
Did I say it just like that?
In essence, yeah. You're like, if you want to get out, you've been
Okay.
holed up in here for a week and a half. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, I'll just go home. Went home, helped my parents with stuff. Finally finished one of the big projects of scrubbing the metal roof clean.
Ooh, we have a metal roof here at the
No,
church.
thank you, Father. Sorry, I said something. I mean, if it's like 70 degrees outside, it's 85 plus on the roof, on the metal roof. It's like, I had to hit that early in the morning or when it was cloudy.
Yeah. We have, in 2 weeks, we have lots of early mornings. I'm just kidding, Joseph. He's looking for an escape. Can I get away from here? Maybe August 2nd is a bad idea.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh, man. Very good. So you got that project done? Is there another project too, or no? That was the main one?
No, it was the main one, small stuff here and there. And I come back here and more projects waiting for me that I wasn't able to get to in the weeks prior because I was quarantined.
Yeah.
Um,
And we were by ourselves. Mark went home to quarantine with his family, and so good for him to be able to do that. And I gave him the option right off the bat, both of them the option, not just Mark, but both of them the option right off the bat. So as soon as we found out. Yeah. Okay. How are we doing on time? Well, we still got a few minutes. I'm trying to keep these still fairly short, but I think we've got 5 minutes or so. Let me double check to see if, $500. That's how much the donuts cost, I guess, and the coffee. $500. Father Joseph DeFalco is also, I don't know if he's still watching, but he waved at us even, so we should wave back to him. I was just saying somewhere that more of us priests need to stick together. We need to help each other out. So good to have you with us, Father Joseph, if you're still watching online. Anything else that we need to know for this weekend in particular? I don't think so. If people have questions about this weekend, they can also, again, ask. If you're watching this later on, then you can, again, type that comment in or question in, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can on it also. So, all right, office is open beginning this Monday. So here we go. It's time to rock and roll. Obviously, social distance. We're going to ask people, that's a good thing to bring up, actually. When you come into the office, the windows that are open there, so so that you can speak with the receptionist, which will be Christy on Monday, Thursday, and Friday, and Diane on Tuesday and Wednesday. So Christy's been back for a while from maternity leave, and they've been splitting that duty up with answering phones that have been forwarded to them. But we're going to ask people as they come in, not just to speak to them through the windows, and we'll make that clear as people come into the offices also, but there's the glass window that's off to the side, which we are thankful that we have there. So just like when you go to the grocery store and you're kind of behind that plexiglass or whatever it is to protect one another, then we're going to ask people to stand behind that glass, and we'll have the windows still open, into the reception area, but we'll ask you to speak to them from behind the glass. So that way everybody's kind of protected there. Okay? Yeah. We'll call it a day unless you have something else. Do you have a lesson for us that you would like to teach?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
You didn't
Okay.
brief me for this.
I did not. But that's part of the fun. Yeah, Mary said, yay, Diane's back. Yeah, that's right. Diane has been east of the mountains, I think, this whole time. So I think she'll be back in the office on Tuesday. So it'll be good to see her, good to have her back also. All right, you guys, have a blessed week. We'll see you next Saturday morning. Same bat time, same bat channel for coffee and donuts. I forgot what I was going to say at the end of all of the coffee and donuts. I had something worked up in my head, but there you have it. Oh, Christy says on there, we need hospitality ministers in particular for the 10 a.m. Mass, if anyone's interested in helping. So if you don't volunteer, we might volunteer you as you come in. All right. All right, you guys, have a blessed day, and we'll see you guys this weekend. God bless. Bye. Yes, eat the rest of your donut. Don't let that go to waste. That cost me $500 a pair, according to what Dale said, right?
Yeah, sounds like a scam to me.
Yeah. We're still on. Hi, Dale.